Hello and welcome to the next lesson. In this lesson, we are going to learn about local superiority. It is a very powerful concept and you should use it in your games. What is a local superiority? We can divide the chessboard in four parts. Our king side, our queen side, and opponent's king side, and opponent's queen side. So these are the four parts of the chessboard. Local superiority means if we have more number of pieces than our opponent's pieces in one particular part of the board, then we say that we have local superiority in that part of the board. So when we are trying to attack, we want to have local superiority near the opponent's king. We want to have more number of pieces than the number of defenders that opponent has. If we can achieve that, if we can develop our pieces in such a way, then it will become easy for us to deliver the killer blow. Let's look at couple of examples of the local superiority. In this position, we are white. Here white starts with knight to c3. White, we got this position just out of the opening. So we first of all focus on development of all of our pieces. Black played rook c8 and we play bishop to f4. We developed our bishop and in the next move we developed our rook. We play rook to c1. We are focusing on simply developing the pieces. Black played b5 and we play b3. We want to avoid the knight to c4 move. Black played b4 and now we play knight e2. So far nothing special, we are just simply developing our pieces. Black played bishop b5 and now we play queen to d2. We are threatening the pawn on the b4. So black played knight a6. And now look, here is the first interesting move of the game. Here white played pawn to g4. Why did white played pawn to g4? And you are going to find out in the next move. Black played a5 and now white played knight to g3. White is shifting his pieces toward the king side. White's goal is to create local superiority in the opponent's king's area. So white is shifting his pieces toward the opponent's king. And that's why white played pawn to g4. Pawn to g4 is creating this square for the knight. And black played queen b6. Black wants to attack on the queen side. Black is putting pressure on the d4 pawn. And black wants to play a4, a cross b3 and then use this a file to attack in white's position. If you remember that in the first part of this course, we learned how to play in the same side castling situations. If we have same side castling situation and the center is closed, then we can use pawn storm attack. We can start pushing our pawns on the king's side toward the opponent's king, trying to create a weakness and then attack the weakness. So in this case, white played pawn h4. Look, both the kings are on the same side and the center is closed. If the center is closed, then we can use the pawn storm attack in the same side castling situation also. Black played knight b8. Black wants to reroute his knight to d7 toward his king. And we play bishop h6. We want to exchange this dark square bishop. Once this dark squared bishop gets exchanged, then we can use these dark squares to attack the opponent's king. We are going to put our pieces on these dark squares and try to hunt down the black's king. Black went knight d7 and we play queen g5. Now we have local superiority on the king side. Look, we have knight, we have queen and bishop, and opponent has bishop, rook and knight. We have more pieces near the opponent's king. So we have managed to create a local superiority. In the next few moves, it will become more clear. Black played rook cross c1, and black also took this bishop. Queen cross h6 and black played rook c8. We play rook cross c8, knight cross c8. And now you can see we have queen. Our knights can come to g5. We also have a pawn attack coming there. We can play h5. So if you count the number of pieces that are attacking the black's king, and if you look at the defenders, then it is clear that we have achieved local superiority in black's king side. So we play pawn to h5. We want to exchange the pawns and try to open some lines. Black plays queen d8. Look, black understands that white has achieved local superiority on the king side and it can become dangerous for him. So black brings his queen back. Black wants to play queen to f8. Black wants to exchange the queens so that his king becomes safe. And remember one thing, just like a queen is a strong attacker, a queen is also a strong defender. If you can manage to bring your queen near the king, then you can be sure that at least you are not going to get checkmated. Okay, maybe you are going to lose some material, but at least you will not get checkmated. A queen is a powerful defender. Black wants to play queen f8 and black wants to exchange the white's queen. So here we play knight to g5. We are threatening the h7 pawn and black has only one move to defend it. Black must play knight f8. And now black cannot play queen f8 and black cannot exchange the queens. So it means we are going to have the attack. Now we have knight, queen and pawn into the attack. But these two pieces are still not doing anything. We need to find a way to bring these pieces into the attack. And white found a fantastic move. White here played bishop to e4. White is pointing this bishop in the direction of the black's king. And the best part is black cannot even capture the bishop, because then we play knight cross e4 and our knight comes into the game. We are threatening knight f6 check. Notice that these dark squares have become weak once the g7 bishop has been exchanged, and we are going to use these dark squares by our pieces. So our threat is, let's say black plays a move like queen e7, then we play knight f6 check, king h8 and we play knight cross h7. And the pawn cover of this king has been removed. Black plays knight cross h7, queen cross h7, checkmate. So our knight on the f6 is a deadly piece. That's why here black did not even capture our bishop. Black played simply queen e7. And we have three pieces pointing toward the opponent's king. Now it is time to deliver the killer blow. We can sacrifice a piece to remove the pawn cover of the opponent's king and make it vulnerable to attack. So we play knight cross h7. Black plays knight cross h7 and we play h cross g6. After f cross g6, we play bishop cross g6. We have managed to remove the pawn cover of the opponent's king. Black plays knight g5 and now we play knight to h5. We are bringing one more piece into the attack. Now the knight will come to f6 and attack the black's king. Black plays knight f3 check, king g2, knight to h4 check, king g3 and black takes our bishop. Black exchanged one of our attackers. But it's okay. We can play knight f6 check and black has only one option, king f7. Then we play queen h7 check. After king f8, we play queen g8, checkmate. This concept of local superiority is very powerful. I suggest you watch this video one more time. Now let's look at the next example. In this position we are white and we have just come out of the opening part. And here we play knight fd2. White wants to centralize his knight. Black plays short castling and white plays knight e4. We are attacking the bishop, so bishop goes back. And right now we don't want to exchange the bishop, so we play bishop g3. Our idea is that we want to install a knight on the d6 square and the bishop will provide indirect protection to that knight. So that's why we don't want to exchange the bishop. Black played queen d8 and we play knight to d6. Threatening the b7 bishop, black played knight a5, protecting it. And now we play bishop to c2. We point our bishop toward the opponent's king. Our idea is to play queen to d3 and then remove the knight to play queen h7, checkmate. Black plays b3. Black is giving up a pawn. Black wants us to play bishop cross b3, knight cross b3 and queen cross b3. Black is saying, I am willing to give up one pawn so that your pieces are not looking toward my king. But we are not going to do this. We are not going to take the pawn. We want to take the king. So we play bishop to b1. We want our bishop to point toward the opponent's king. Black plays queen b6 and we play queen d3. Now we have a threat. We are going to play knight f6 check and then try to go to h7. So black plays g6. Black blocks the diagonal. We play knight to c5. Our threat is to go to d7. Black plays bishop c8 to protect it. And here white plays pawn to h4. White's idea is to play pawn to h5 and white wants to open this diagonal so that our queen can go to h7. Black plays knight c6. Black wants to play knight cross e5. After that we play bishop cross e5 and then black will play bishop cross e5. And black will manage to exchange our strong d6 knight. And here white has a very nice move. Here white played pawn to a5 on the queen side. Look, white is trying to build an attack on the king side, but white played pawn to a5, giving up a pawn on the queen side. Why? And the answer is white wants black to keep his pieces on the queen side. Now black can either take with the knight or black can take with the queen. Okay, and now the point is black's queen is on the queen side and we can focus on the king side so that we can have local superiority on the king side. And now comes the killer blow. All of the pieces have been improved and it is time to deliver a killer blow. We have put our pieces on the b1 and d3 and we want to attack here. Okay, but the problem is we cannot play queen cross g6 because f7 pawn is defending the g6. So we remove the f7 pawn. Black cannot play king cross f7 because then it will be a queen cross g6 checkmate. So black plays rook cross f7 and now we play queen cross g6 check. Thanks to the killer blow, now the king has lost its pawn cover and has become vulnerable. If black plays rook g7, then we simply first give a check and then pick up this knight. We have more material, black's king is exposed, so we are easily winning. That's why here black played king f8. And now we play knight cross e6 check. Black plays bishop cross e6 and instead of capturing the bishop, we play rook cross e6. We are going to get the bishop in the next move. Bishop goes back and first we play queen cross s6, capturing one more pawn. King e8 and now we play pawn to e6, forking the rook and the bishop. Bishop cross c6 and we take the rook. We are also attacking the black's bishop, so black must protect it. So black played king d7 and now we play bishop to f5 check. Now black has to give up the protection of the bishop and let's say the king moves to d8. Now we can simply capture the bishop. We can also push the pawn, make a queen. White is completely winning. There are many ways to win, so black resigned here. And notice the position of the queen. That's why we sacrifice that pawn, so that queen comes to the queen side and our pieces can attack on the king side. That's how you build local superiority. That's it for this lesson. Now let's go to the next lesson.